For the past few years, the smartphone industry has settled into a comfortable, predictable rhythm. We've accepted that a screen stops growing right around 6.7 inches, mostly because that's the physical limit of what still fits in a pocket. Nubia designed the Neo 5 Max to push well past those established limits. This device prioritizes sheer physical scale over the industry's standard obsession with ergonomic portability. Here's what we're dealing with. Left, a standard 6.1-inch phone. Middle, a typical 6.7-inch Pro Max. Right, the Neo 5 Max, stretching to 7.5 inches. It clears standard smartphones and resurrects the Phablet, a device halfway between phone and tablet. At this scale, the ergonomics shift completely. You are going to feel the weight of this device in your daily use, and trying to text or navigate with a single thumb will be impossible for most people. Choosing the Neo 5 Max means you are making a conscious decision to trade one-handed convenience and easy pocketability for raw screen area. If you play competitive mobile shooters, you already know the primary bottleneck of standard phones. Your own thumbs end up blocking half the action, leaving you squinting at targets hiding under your UI buttons. And if you're a binge watcher, the alternative is usually carrying a dedicated tablet. But tablets are cumbersome for a daily commute and almost never offer the convenience of a built-in cellular connection. You eventually need your media and games to physically push outward, past the cramped borders of a traditional 6-inch rectangle to actually get immersed. The Neo 5 Max provides the visual real estate of a tablet while maintaining the calling and data capabilities of your daily phone. Nubia designed this as a specialized brute force solution for users who suffer from screen size fatigue on traditional hardware. Achieving this level of visual immersion requires compromising on weight. Nubia prioritized a cinematic hardware setup, meaning this device will feel undeniably heavy in your hands. What you get in return is a massive IPS LCD panel running at a sharp 1.5K resolution, paired with a fast 120 Hz refresh rate to keep animations perfectly smooth. Here is the trade-off. Combine the 1.5K display and dual speakers for an engaging media experience, but the physical width requires both hands. To counter power drain, Nubia packed a massive 7,100 mAh battery, adding noticeable weight. The practical outcome of that heavy battery cell is that you can run marathon Netflix sessions or grind through long gaming commutes without constantly looking for a wall outlet. For dedicated media consumers, the extreme battery life and sprawling visuals justify the heavy, bulky form factor. Beyond the screen size, the design integrates physical hardware specifically for players. The frame includes built-in capacitive touch shoulder triggers. By moving your aim and shoot controls off the glass and onto those physical shoulder buttons, you free up your thumbs and gain a distinct mechanical advantage in competitive matches. Processing that gameplay is a MediaTek Dimensity 7100 chipset, paired with up to 20 GB of dynamic RAM to keep background apps running. This performance matrix shows how the chip behaves. For competitive titles like Call of Duty Mobile and PUBG, it delivers high frame rates. However, when rendering heavy 3D open worlds like Genshin Impact, the mid-range processor's performance grade drops noticeably. To get a smooth, playable experience in those demanding RPGs, you will have to dive into the settings menu and lower the graphical fidelity. You get a physical advantage in multiplayer shooters, as long as you work within the processor's limits for rendering dense single-player environments. Packing a 7.5-inch 120 Hz screen, physical trimmers, and a massive battery usually pushes a phone into a premium price tier, but the Neo 5 Max stays well under 20,000 pesos. To hit that budget, the manufacturer aggressively stripped down the camera hardware. Looking at this priority chart, camera optics sits squarely in the low-cost quadrant. You get a basic 50-megapixel main sensor with strict limitations, including a firm cap on video recording at 1080p. The lenses will capture readable documents and basic daylight snaps, but they are entirely unsuited for aspiring content creators or photography enthusiasts looking for crisp detail. Limiting the camera hardware is the specific trade-off that allows Nubia to offer this massive screen and battery at a budget-friendly price. With all the specifications and trade-offs on the table, evaluating the Neo 5 Max comes down to a look at your actual daily habits. This decision tree maps out two main users. If you prioritize pocket-friendly portability or high-quality photos, follow the top branch and skip it. But if you spend commutes grinding shooters or binge-watching shows, follow the bottom branch. For players needing the tactical edge of shoulder triggers and viewers wanting tablet-sized immersion in a device that still takes a SIM card, this is a highly capable budget tool. The massive polarizing design of the Nubia Neo 5 Max is its absolute greatest strength, provided you are the exact right user. It's time to weigh the heavy form factor and the basic camera against the massive battery and immersive display. Nubia leans into this focus right out of the box, including gamer-first accessories like an angular charging cable, designed specifically to stay out of the way of your hands while you play. If you're ready to make the jump, click the link in the description to head over to Urban Cart. You can grab exclusive shop vouchers and secure the device before the current launch promos disappear. Adopting this phablet design changes how you use a phone, moving focus away from your pocket and onto the content in your hands.